They will find every reason to tell you to sell, and if you're dumb, you will listen to them, and then you'll miss out on great returns for the long term. Hey there, Lincoln here from bullacademy.org. Today I want to discuss with you the stock market in general. I've been listening to You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins this morning over and over because it explains very well the stock market. And every verse explains how the stock market works for those who want to build outsized wealth. He explains to you, if you just hold on and you trust and you understand what you're holding on to, you'll be fine, and you'll see in time that they don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't matter what they say because they can explain what they don't understand. And great companies are hard to understand while they're building great products and the great results that become great investments. So those quants didn't understand AWS early on. Nobody did until Amazon showed you just how great it was that they could provide the entire web infrastructure for everyone, including their competitors such as Netflix and the BBC. And anyone who want to build a website could build on top of their services. And so those who invested in Amazon, despite what the quants say, how they say, oh, they're not making money, they keep reinvesting all their money, they're just burning cash. The quants said don't invest in Amazon. They said the same about Tesla. They said the same about Google. Some of them even said, Google even. Some of them even said Google's not a great investment early on. And so their response would be, well, no one can tell the future. Yeah, exactly. That's why you shouldn't listen to the quants, the analysts, because they can tell the future. They have no convictions. All they know is their numbers. And so they see, oh, inflation is going to be high this year. Sell, sell, sell. Oh, the Fed's going to raise their federal funds rate. Sell, sell, sell. Oh, the company missed earnings this quarter by 0.001%. Sell, sell, sell. Oh, this company is not milking their customers for as much as they can because everyone else is increasing their prices because of inflation. And so they are missing out on a great opportunity and they could be better, but they're not. So sell, sell, sell. They will find every reason to tell you to sell. And if you're dumb, you will listen to them, and then you'll miss out on great returns for the long term. And you'll pay part of your profits to the government because you sold your shares. And then they'll say, oh, well, look at that. This company, they were doing bad that last week, yesterday. But today they're crushing it. Everyone should just go buy now. Go buy the shares. They don't care about these companies. They don't understand the why of these companies. They don't really understand the mission. They don't understand that business takes a long time to play out. That success is not built overnight or over a quarter, over a year. Things take time. But all the people on the news networks, the CNBCs and the Fox businesses and all of them, all they care about is just getting reactions out of you. And so if they want to get reactions, they want to shock you. And if they shock you, you'll go sell your shares. You'll go in panic. You'll exit the stock market and you'll stay poor. When what you should do is just listen to what they're saying, take it in, assess it, understand what's going on in the macro, and then try to figure out how does that affect you in the micro, and see if that is going to crush your business, if they're going to go bankrupt, if they'll never recover from it. And if that's the case, if your business is going to go bankrupt tomorrow or this year, and you know for sure because these quants on TV told you so, okay, then maybe you sell and you go find better investment. Otherwise, that's just another piece of information for you. You don't have to overreact to all of it. You don't have to go dump all your shares because some guy on CNBC who's never built anything in his whole life told you, oh, today the sky is gray. Sell your shares. You'd be dumb not to sell. And then tomorrow he'll come to you and say, oh, wow, the sky is blue. You should really go buy those shares. I was wrong. I was wrong. We all make mistakes at times. I was wrong, and I own that. And so you should go buy your shares. You'd be dumb not to buy those shares back, because this business is going to be great. And then next quarter, he will say, oh, wow, they missed earnings by 0.0001%. Wow, what a bad business. Sell your shares. And they will keep you poor. Because those who acquire and accumulate great wealth in this country and any country have done it over the long term, have done it by staying invested, be that their own business or a YouTube channel or a college degree. Imagine if there was a CNBC for the student market, the curriculum market. Oh wow, today John is struggling in math class. He should just drop out. He should go home. He gotta go cry to his mom because math is too hard today. They're doing trigonometry today. He cannot handle that. And if you're invested in John, you better sell your shares now because John is looking like he's gonna not do too well in this one. And then tomorrow John does his homework. He stays after class to speak to the instructor and clarify any questions that he has. And he figures out trig. And he crushes the test. He gets a 65. I believe that's a passing grade. And now the quants comes back on TV and says, oh wow, Johnny really pulled through there. Wow, Johnny. I knew you could do it all this time. Just had to have patience and some conviction. I hope those guys didn't sell their shares in you. Imagine if that's what was happening in university. These people on TV, I watch them. It's great entertainment. It's good information to have. Just to have that information. If you're going to be investing the way I do, which is very concentrated in a few businesses, you need to acquire as much information as you can. You need to understand the world around you and the business landscape and the Federal Reserve and all of it. You got to just take that information in. Just let it come in. Let it come in. Some will be bad. Some will be good. Some will be neutral. Some will be awful. Very much scary. Take it in. Take it. Accept it. It doesn't mean go sell your shares. What it means is gather that, synthesize it, understand what's going on, and then make a decision. And usually you don't have to make a decision. You just rest. Just hold. You'll see it get red in the stock market today. But tomorrow, maybe it'll get green again. And next week, it'll probably get green again because someone out there is going to say, oh wow, there are a bunch of fools out there selling these shares of this great company. I'm going to buy for 20% less, 80% less. I'll take that deal any day. I don't care what's happening with the Federal Reserve and their interest rates and their inflation war. That's a short-term thing. Yeah, we've had a lost decade in the past. That's a lost decade for some people who didn't plan. But that meant that I was able to buy all these shares at a steady price for 10 years. And then once everything turned back around, I had acquired immense equity for cheap amounts. And now I'm sitting on an entire gold mine. Because now these companies I've been investing in for that lost decade have figured it out. They're worth 10x more than what they were when I first started buying them. Or even 20x more. So that's how I feel about this whole thing. And you watch other YouTubers, they will take you on a roller coaster. They'll tell you, oh wow, sell your shares. The Federal Reserve is increasing their interest rates. This is what the Federal Reserve just said. Oh wow, Jerome Powell, he just said this. Oh man, you should be scared. There's going to be the Great Reset. There's going to be the next year, 2023, 2024. You're gonna be crying. There'll be blood in the streets. Okay, well, thanks for that information. I appreciate that, sir. I do appreciate you sharing that with me. And I'll take that. I'll go do my own research. If you're right, maybe you are. You likely are not, but if you're right, I'll be prepared for that. Because I listened. I didn't overreact. I didn't jump. When you said jump, I just took the information, did my research, put it in my tool belt, and planned for what I would do in that case. And before that time comes. And for me, I'm going to save some money, but I'm also going to continue to invest. Because right now, these are incredible prices. I'm going to buy right now at these prices. I bought at 15, 20, the same business. Actually, a business I was doing 3 times worse when I bought them for 3 times more, 4 times more, and now they're doing 3 times better, and they're 3 times cheaper? Why wouldn't I buy that? I don't understand. Why would you? What? That's just stupidity to suggest that you should sell those shares instead of acquiring more of them. Why would you say such a dumb thing on national TV? Oh, because last week was bad and this quarter is bad and maybe next quarter will be bad. Or maybe this whole year will be bad. I should sell my shares just because short-term perspectives. I'd never get rich that way. I'd never retire that way if I was just buying and selling up and down. No, you buy, you hold, you hold, you hold, you hold, and you hold. That's it. Unless something material changes, you hold. That's it. Even if you're invested in index funds, which I don't do, but for most people, if you're not doing the research, that's perfectly fine. Go invest in an index fund and you hold. You don't have to sell your shares because the stock market is going down. If everyone else is telling you, oh, your house is worth 10 times less than what you bought it for last year, sell it to me, would you do that? No, because you're not stupid. It's the same in the stock market. If you buy your MacBook Pro for $1,000 and then next week, because Tim Apple said something dumb, would you sell your MacBook to somebody else because they said, oh, now your MacBook's worth half the price, 5 times less? Would you sell your MacBook because of that? No, because you're not stupid. So you don't do that in the stock market. You don't do that in your investments. You let them talk their nonsense. You let them give you the low balls. And then you watch where they go next. After you laugh at them, you watch who they go to next. And you see that they actually make that sale. And they sell their assets for 5 times less, 20% less. And then you continue to watch that guy. And you follow him. And then maybe you go to the fool instead and buy their assets for less. Because you're not a fool, but there are definitely fools out there who will buy companies at a high price and sell at an incredibly low price because what the very smart people on TV told them and the hedge funds told them. So you go find those fools and you let them know, hey, I wouldn't do this because I'm not dumb. But if you need an escape route, an escape hatch for that asset that you bought last year for $20, I'll buy it from you for $10. And you can go back home to mommy, take your ball and go home, go sit in the corner and watch me play. Watch me stay in the game. Watch me score some goals. Watch me maybe fall a few times and maybe get knocked outside the head a few times for an entire year. And you can laugh at me. That'd be great, right? You can get your laughs. And I'll just be here playing this game that you used to play because at some point you thought that it was a great game to play, but I still do. I still think it's a great game to play. So I'll keep playing it. It's gonna be rough at points. Eventually I'll score some goals and I'll continue to play the game. It's a long game. It's an infinite game. And eventually I'll be doing very well. And you'll be home at mommy's house crying because you sold your shares to me and to other people who took advantage of you because you were not able to just take the information that you heard from CNBC and Fox Business and just synthesize it and understand what's going on and not overreact and not sell your assets for 10 times less than what you bought them for. So if you want to make that deal, I'll make it. I wouldn't do it, but if you need to, if that's what you need, I'll oblige you. I'll really help you out. I'll be here for you always. Just let me know when you want to sell your shares. Just give me a call, tweet me, whatever you gotta do. Have your broker hit up my broker. We can work out a deal. I would love to take advantage of your lack of conviction in anything that you do and lack of judgment and respect for yourself. So if you need to do that, I'll be here for you. Go do that. Do not be the fool. Do not be the one who receives that very condescending message. Because that's what they're doing when they're telling you to go sell your shares, because they know better. They're millionaires and billionaires. They know how the game works. They know it's a long game, but they get paid as analysts to focus on the short term and sell you shock, sell you fear, because fear makes them great amounts of money. And so you buy their fear they continue to laugh to the bank and hold on to their shares because they're not dumb. They went to Ivy Leagues. They're doing pretty well for themselves. You see them on TV, you're watching them on TV, so they must be smart to some degree. They just pretend to be dumb. They pretend to think that the short term is all that matters. And while you listen to them, there are people out here who actually have conviction, like myself, who continue to buy, continue to hold, take advantage of all these short-term fluctuations in the market, buying shares of companies that were not as good from before for cheaper, and companies that are doing much better, have become profitable, but now are worth less than when they were not profitable, when they told you it was bad and you bought for higher, and now they're actually doing better, they're profitable, making lots of money, have nice cash flows, and you're actually you're selling their shares because there's a war somewhere in the world. Well, I hope this message does find you well, and I hope that it's a different perspective than what you have heard. I just wanted to come out and share this with you, my thoughts on what's going on in the stock market, what's going on with the Federal Reserve and the inflation, war, and all of the other stuff. There's so much going on, and there's so much will always be going on. That doesn't mean don't invest. That doesn't mean don't hold on. That doesn't mean don't have conviction. Don't believe in yourself and your judgment. So it's not financial advice, to be very clear. But we've seen over and over that wealth is not built overnight. Wealth is not built in the short term. Wealth is built by buying and holding. You buy, you hold, and you die. That's it. Buy, hold, die. Because wealth is not about the cash in your bank account. Wealth is about how many assets and how great of assets that you have. Because the bank will say, oh, very nice assets you have there. Here's some more cash for you to go make some more nice assets. And then come back to me and I'll give you even more cash because you have such nice assets and even more assets now. And here's some more cash for you to go build even more great assets. And because this cash is just a loan, it's debt, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So, win-win for everyone. We all win. So here you go, more cash because you were able to buy and hold and then never sell. Of course, that's if you continue to be convicted in those investments. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, you know what to do, and I'll see you again next time.